Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, grab yourself a cup because the tea is hot. Hey you guys, it's your girl Djena. Welcome back to another video. If you see this jacket is on, you know the tea is hot. I'm here to discuss. Now this is a story all about how Derrick Jaxn got twisted upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, girl, pop squat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot beat them, join them. As the block is hot, the people are talking. So we are here naturally to discuss Mr. Derrick Jaxn. If you don't already know, Derrick Jaxn is a self-proclaimed relationship guru. Okay. Self-proclaimed ideal black man. Okay. He's also the author of many books, including A Cheating Man's Heart and Don't Forget Your Crown. Derrick Jaxn is the man behind the movement Black Men Don't Cheat. Keep that in mind. He takes onto his platforms on YouTube, Instagram, and others to encourage women, to uplift women, to advise women to value themselves, to respect themselves, never to settle, and to sniff bullshit from a man a mile away. He teaches us to be strong and to look out for perpetrators, men who are no good, cheaters. Ladies and gentlemen, this tea is hot and you better grab a coaster because it's gonna burn your table. I'm laughing, but there's nothing funny about this matter. Derrick Jaxn is the man that we all thought we wanted for ourselves. This man is not only chocolate perfection, sculpted by the gods himself with his muscles and his height and his beautiful facial features, but he's also a man of God, or so he presents himself to be. He sits in his car most of the time telling us how to look out for no good niggas. Sorry. And he gives us solid advice that makes us fall in love with him over and over and over again. You've been there, I know you have, so don't try to deny it. All this time we saw a car seat in the back of his car, but we never really knew what the situation was. In fact, we didn't even care. He fed us everything we wanted to hear. Come to find out, Derrick Jaxn is a married man. He has been married to his wife, Djena Jaxn, for I think 2 years now. They've been together for about 12 years. Some say more, some say less, but I think 12 years and up. They have 2 kids, I want to say. I could be wrong, but the streets say two kids. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, Derrick Jaxn was recently exposed by a YouTuber called Tasha K. Tasha K recently got enough material to expose Derrick Jaxn for who he truly is. I'm going to try to keep this news nice and unbiased, although I must say I'm finding it really hard to control myself. And the reason why I'm laughing is because of this whole Black Men Don't Cheat movement. Not that I'm saying I don't have faith in y'all. I love y'all, but come on. Now, Tasha K says that many women have approached her in regards to Derrick Jaxn, but at the last minute when she needs them to come forth and, you know, commit to the statement so that she could put it out, the women back down. Until recently, a lady with enough guts to fill a pot came forth and contacted Tasha K with not only info, but with receipts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about text messages, pictures. I'm talking about juice. I'm talking about information. And this lady is called Candace. Apparently Candace has known Derrick Jaxn for a couple of years now. She says that initially he was always respectful and polite and such a gentleman. And then in 2019, he invited her to his house, marital house in Atlanta. Okay. Under the pretense that he and his wife were no longer together, they were separating. Miss Candace is not from Atlanta, so Derrick flew her from wherever she's from to Atlanta to enjoy his birthday weekend with her. She said that when she got there, she did see a couple of the wives' things there, but I mean, the wife was not there, and he told her that the wife was somewhere. Now, this is where it gets juicy, yo. My mouth is watering. Apparently, they had a party that weekend. It was July 4th weekend because his birthday is on the 3rd of July. So he invited her, asked her to invite some friends. She took a friend, or maybe a few. I don't know all that detail, but she took somebody with her. He had a friend. So they had a really good time. She describes his house, his pool, describes everything. Now, she said that this man had her on his marital bed. Marital bed. Under the pretense that he and his wife are no longer together, they were separated and they're doing the divorce. It's funny because in 2019, his wife took him to Dubai. If you go on her Instagram page, because she always posts pictures of her husband, although her husband was not posting pictures of her. Prior to this, we never knew that Dr. Derrick had a wife. We always saw the car seat in the back of his car, but we never know he had a wife. But 2019 is the year that he had Candace in his marital house. Now, after this whole situation with Candace, maybe a couple days, couple weeks after, he started posting his wife. Well, he posted his wife for the first time on his Instagram with the caption, "How would you like it if both of our names had Jackson on the end?" This left Candace perplexed because she was under the pretense that they were done. Well, since Miss Candace had the cojones to come forward and continue exposing Mr. Derrick Jaxn, another lady came forward to Miss Tasha K with the name Lene, and Lene is local to Atlanta. Lene said that she met Mr. Derrick and he was polite as always. One thing led to another, boy, and they started meeting up in Midtown Atlanta or somewhere in Atlanta. He had a bachelor pad where he took Miss Lene, and at this point, as we know it, countless other women. But not his wife. She stays in the marital house or with her family. And after this, Tasha K was able to touch on other women that have come forward and said that Derrick Jaxn forced them to have abortions. The block is hot. This tea is hella hot. This is a man of God. Can I just reiterate that? He is a man of God. He is a married man of God who teaches women to be aware of men who do not treat them well. And the list goes on. Now, when all of this erupted, he grabbed onto his wife, Miss Derrick Jaxn, and they did a YouTube video.
What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Djena, and we just wanted to address a couple of things.
You could smell that chocolate God through the screen. His wife was looking like she cleans his house on the weekends. No disrespect, Mr. Nayab. I just feel like for something of this matter, of this magnitude, in fact, you needed to come a little bit more put together. She appeared on the screen with her bonnet, a black bonnet. No bra, as has been pointed out on the World Wide Web. The whole internet talking about how this woman showed up on camera with no bra on. I got two on, by the way. They sat there and they spoke, and this man grabbed this woman's hand for dear life. Raise your hand if you were scared for her during that interview. So she went on to say on the YouTube live that she left Derrick initially when she found out of this betrayal, and she gave him time to work on himself. And when she saw that he was having new conversations and they were able to touch on subjects that had been problematic for them in the past, then she felt that she can come back to her husband and they could fix their lives. And I can't blame her. Only they know what goes on in their relationship. So who are we to pass judgment on their decisions? But okay. He goes on to reiterate that for the past 6 months, he hasn't done anything that his wife does not know about. He's been a changed man. He doesn't touch anyone or anything, or he is a devoted husband and father, and he is doing right by his madam. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why would we then have an issue with this? I mean, every couple goes through problems, don't they? Whether it's the man or the woman that's stepping out or whatever issues, we all know that relationships are hard work, especially marriages, especially those that involve kids, especially those that involve money. But why are we upset with this situation? Well, we were so invested in Derrick Jaxn. It is the contradiction of it all that upsets us. The hypocrisy of it all. And I'm speaking with conviction because I am upset. I am a woman who once believed his words. This is a man who built his platform on the very values and ideas that he disrespected. He warned us women to stay away from men that are just like him. Hoe bag. We question how many people destroyed relationships or held themselves back from relationships because of the advice of Derrick Jaxn. How many women have given up on what could have potentially been their soulmates because of the wise words of Dr. Derrick Jaxn? At this point, I gotta call him doctor. Might as well be a doctor. Okay, and there's so much to this, but I'm just here to tell y'all what happened, and then we can discuss all the fine details and, you know, our thoughts and our opinions in the comment section down below. That's what I want to hear what y'all think about this. Now, one thing I will say though is that he could have encouraged her to spruce herself up, just take off the helmet of salvation. And that leads me to wonder whether he really cared about his wife or he was just more interested in saving face, saving his brand. But that's neither here or there because I don't know them personally. I just go by what I see. Can't judge a book by its cover. But this is where you guys come in because you can. So please comment in the comment section down below because this conversation is juicy. Going back to what the wife said, that, you know, she had left and she came back. I want to know your opinion on this. Some say that she's there for the money. Many say that she's there because she's being manipulated and she's being controlled by this man. Some say that she's conformed to that way of life and so that's why she's there. So what are your thoughts? Like I said, in relationships, in marriages especially, only the husband and wife know what they go through. It's easy for someone on the outside to say, well, if it was me, I would have been left. But at the end of the day, it's not always as black and white. Obviously, I understand that we are all flawed. No one is perfect. However, the issue that I have with this man is of how self-righteous he is.
And the only reason why a guy's going to get comfortable doing something like mistreat you in any type of way is because there's not enough value on your presence. But why wouldn't it be enough value on the presence? Because there's not enough respect to your absence. But why is that? So here's the thing. Even as an amazing woman, we talk about women being blessings and, you know, gift from God and all that kind of stuff. And that's true. But it's not easy loving y'all all the time. And it's not supposed to be because you're human. You got your ups and downs, you got your flaws, you got your shit. And because there are some things about you that are so high up that when the average guy meets you, in order to love that part of you correctly, he has to stretch himself.
Derrick Jaxn got everybody and their mama after him after this situation. I'm telling you, he has people after him. Comedian Lil Duval, Kev on stage. Has Kevin Samuels come for him yet? Does anyone know? The YouTubers, Abba and Preach. Tasha K, she has ripped him a new one. Even Pastor John Gray is after this man. Respectfully, because Pastor John Gray had issues. And Derrick Jaxn has something to say about Pastor's issues. And now Pastor's like, well, welcome to my hot water. I hope you swim well. And just when you think it is over, it is not over. Last week, no less than 2 weeks by the time I post this video, because y'all know my editing takes time, Tasha K confirmed that a third mistress stepped out. Tasha K is the fountain of informations. She is the doctor of expositions. She will expose your ass. This mistress does not want to be seen. She does not want to be known. She just wanted to share her experience. She has camera footage of him in her house, messages, phone calls, everything. This mistress is a doctor. So we do have a doctor in this whole ordeal. Our doctor's name is Nikki. I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot to go into. We do not have the time for it, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to go watch Tasha K's video. Dr. Nikki goes on to say that she was with him just on the 18th of March, which by my math was only the other day. And apparently they were knocking boots. Body rocking, knocking boots. She even said that in December, I think, she felt pregnant. She even mentioned how after working hours at the hospital, she's home and she just wants to be relaxed, no makeup, hold her hair back, wear comfortable clothes. Dress like the professional you are, speaking down to her and making her feel some type of way because she's not, you know, presentable. But you did a damage control video on YouTube Live with your wife and her helmet of salvation. Moving swiftly along, you guys need to go listen to that. You need to go listen to that Tasha K episode. Dr. Nikki even went on to say that the front of her house has pillars and arches that are white. And they are the same ones that can be found on the back of his videos.
Man, when we're in touch with our masculine nature, you know, in the correct proportion that we're supposed to be, we're problem solvers. We're resolution finders. You know, we cannot just hear about something not going as well as it needs to go, especially for somebody that we care about.
Because he parks in front of her condo, you know, wherever she lives, and records his videos with his child's car seat in the back. This all from a man of God. a relationship guru. This is the self-righteousness that I talk about. You guys, thank you so much for watching. And, you know, if you enjoyed my craziness and my news reports, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for further videos. Let's discuss in the comment section down below. Let's all respect each other. How do you feel about Derrick Jaxn, the wife, mistresses, everything? How would you have handled the situation? Because the internet is full of, you know, if it was me, it could never be me. How would you handle the situation? Taking everything into consideration. These are my kids in the background, by the way. The whole giving of the information. Juju, go away! Privacy.
After lunch.
Bro, I'm recording.
After lunch, can we go to the park?
Car park.
After lunch.
It's getting late, but you guys already played all day. ¿Qué más comiste by park, para? Because ¿qué más?
I really want to.
You want to go to the park just because your friend went to the park. Why are you shaking, motherfucker? Don't. Is that the spirit of Derrick Jaxn? You better stop. It felt like my plants were moving.